Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, we are officially done with the round of 32 and we've moved on to the round of 16 in Leagues Cup. This is where it's going to get even more interesting as some of the lesser teams have been weeded out and it's going to be more competitive. Better quality teams are going to start coming through. And this is where I think the intensity is going to pick up. So we're going to preview the round of 16 of Leagues Cup, and I'm going to give a little bit of my thoughts of who I think will win these matches that start on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So first off, Club America versus St. Louis City SC. Club America played their first match in Leagues Cup on Thursday, and they won 2-1 against Atlas. Very good performance. A lot of people, like I've said, believe that Club America is the best team in Leagues Cup. They're my favorite and my pick to win Leagues Cup. I think that they will pretty handily beat St. Louis City SC, even though St. Louis City SC had a good performance against Portland, and Portland had looked very good throughout Leagues Cup. I think the game will probably be Club America's breakout game where they really show their quality and the difference between each team and where people are going to finally acknowledge mostly MLS fans because the Liga MX fans know they're a good team. But this is when they're going to really show their capabilities. And I expect Club America to beat St. Louis City SC pretty handily in the round of 16. Now, moving on to Toluca versus Colorado. Toluca beat the Houston Dynamo on penalties, which was a very good game. Houston had been pretty decent in Leagues Cup. Toluca has been a formidable opponent too in Leagues Cup. I think that this is going to be a game where I would say Toluca will beat Colorado. Colorado has been impressive so far. They beat FC Juarez in the round of 32. They got Jordi Mihalovic back in the last game. They've been playing pretty well throughout MLS this season, but Toluca is a better team on paper and on the pitch, in my opinion. I think Toluca is going to advance against Colorado, and then we're going to have a Liga MX quarterfinals in the first bracket in Leagues Cup. Now, moving on to the next game, the Seattle Sounders upset the LA Galaxy in the round of 32. The Seattle Sounders have been inconsistent all season long. They've really struggled to score goals in open play. They've had a lot of injuries. The Galaxy currently are number one in the Western Conference in MLS. They've looked pretty decent in Leagues Cup. I expected the LA Galaxy to win this match, but they choked it away and lost to the Seattle Sounders. Not barely either. They lost 3-1. It was a pretty convincing win by Seattle Sounders. The wheels, excuse me, fell completely off for the LA Galaxy, and the Sounders advanced to the round of 16. Very disappointing the Galaxy, but congratulations to the Seattle Sounders. We'll see what they can do. Now, Pumas beating Vancouver. I had that match. That was my prediction in the when I did my full preview in the round of 32. My full predictions for Leagues Cup. I had Pumas beating Vancouver. Pumas is a pretty good team. I think they're number 2 right now in Liga MX. And I had a lot of people give me some backlash and said, no, there's no way. Vancouver's been playing well in Leagues Cup. They're going to beat Pumas. Well, Pumas beat them 2-0. I think Pumas is a good team. Now we will get a rematch of the 2022 Leagues Cup. We'll get a rematch of the 2022 CONCACAF Champions League final. And I think that Pumas is going to get their revenge and beat the Seattle Sounders. And I think it's going to be a good game, but I have Pumas beating the Seattle Sounders in the round of 16. Now, moving on, what about this beatdown by the San Jose Earthquakes? 5-0 against Necaxa. That was a huge surprise to me. Now, Necaxa is not a great team, but neither is San Jose if you watch MLS. They've been a very up and down team, and at the beginning of the season, they were the worst team in MLS, in my opinion. But they beat Necaxa 5-0. It doesn't matter what team is playing which team. If it's a MLS versus MLS, Liga MX versus Liga MX, MLS versus Liga MX, beating a team 5-0 is a very formidable, impressive statement win. And I didn't expect that to happen. So kudos to the San Jose Earthquakes. Very impressive win. They will take on LAFC in the round of 16. And LAFC beat Austin, obviously, if they're playing them. They beat Austin in the round of 32. Austin was a pretty impressive team in Leagues Cup. They have been an up and down team in MLS the last 2 years, and they look pretty good in this tournament so far. And I thought that Austin could be a sleeper team to win it all, but LAFC quickly put that theory to bed. And LAFC hasn't even integrated Olivier Giroud into the starting lineup yet. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when LAFC integrates him and if there's going to be an adjustment period, if he's going to fit in right away. But LAFC plays San Jose. I got to go with LAFC just because the depth, even though San Jose is a very hot team right now, I'm going to go with LAFC in the round of 16. I think they will advance and play Pumas in the round of 8. Now, moving on to the other side of the bracket, we have Cincinnati and Philly playing. Cincinnati beat Santos Laguna 1-1 on penalties. Cincinnati right now is kind of a wounded duck, in my opinion. They're obviously a very good team, but they've got injuries, and I just don't know if they're going to make. I think they'll beat. We'll get into their next matchup. They beat Santos Laguna. I think they're going to have issues in the next round. The Philadelphia Union beat Montreal 2-0. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Montreal is a very low spending team in MLS. They don't have a lot of depth. They've been one of the worst teams in the league in the last 2 years. Philadelphia, even with their inconsistencies, they don't spend a lot. They still have a lot. They still have a lot of talent and a good defense. And Jim Curtin's obviously a really good coach. So they beat Montreal 2-0. I actually think I had Cincy advancing. I had Cincy going to the final. I think Cincy will actually lose this match to the Union just because of the current state of their injuries and everything going on with them. They didn't really look good against Santos Laguna. I think Philly could upset Cincinnati in the round of 16, not because Cincinnati is a worse team, just because they have some injuries and some stuff going on right now. And I just think this is a knockout round game where if they don't play their best, anything can happen. I think Philadelphia could win that game, and I think they will win that game. Now, going on to the next matchup. Now, this is one I got roasted for because someone had said in the comment section I pronounced this team as Mazel Tov, all kinds of funny jokes. It's hilarious. But I think I've got it down now, guys. Okay, you ready for this? I think it's pronounced Mazatlan. Okay. They beat DC United 2-1. I was upset in my book. I think Mazatlan is like one of the lower ranked teams in Liga MX at the bottom of the table. So that was upset to me, especially playing at Audi Field. They move on to the round of 16, and their opponent now the Cruz Azul versus Orlando City. This game I did a live stream for was very boring. These two teams looked sluggish. They looked out of it. They looked defeated, and they had to win. Cruz Azul had to win on penalties, but Cruz Azul is currently at the top of the table in Liga MX. They are able to beat Orlando City on PKs and move on to the next round. And I would like to see Giorgio Giacomakis get more involved and be more lethal because we've seen him score goals in MLS. So I know he can score goals in this tournament. Cruz Azul plays Mazatlan in the round of 16. I'm going to take Cruz Azul in this game. I think things will open up for them, and I think they'll be able to finally pour in some goals. So I got Cruz Azul in the round of 16. Next, we had Tigres versus Pachuca. Pachuca is obviously the reigning CONCACAF Champions Cup winner. Tigres has been a powerhouse the last 10 to 11 years. They're one of the biggest spinners in Liga MX. They were able to win 1-0, move on to the next round. And I'm honestly, Tigres is a team that really scares me because of all the players and depth they have. I feel like they're a team that could just really break things wide open at any time. And they're just a very scary team I wouldn't want to play. New York City FC was able to beat the Revolution on Thursday. And the Revolution had one of the most historic crowds in MLS history. I hope you guys saw how beautiful the crowd was. They had 25 people in attendance. It was something to see. It was a great showing for their fandom, or for their fan base and the club. It was just a sight to see. Great for the league. Great for Leagues Cup. Really really embodies how great of a tournament this is. New England Revolution with the historic attendance record. So they actually lose. New York City advances on penalties to play Tigres in the round of 16. Now, in this match, I actually am going to go with Tigres. Like I said before, Tigres is a scary team. When Gignac is playing his best, I know he's older. He's 39 years old right now. Their team I wouldn't want to play. I got Tigres over New York City FC in the round of 16. And last but not least, Miami and Toronto. What a crazy game. Matias Rojas, the steal signing of the offseason in MLS for me, okay? Under the radar. Guy had a lot of injury questions, came into MLS, and they were saying, well, I had a friend say if he is healthy, he's good, but he just can never stay healthy. He's been healthy for MLS or for Inter Miami. He's played very well, been a steal signing. He scores 2 goals. Luis Suarez scores a goal on an assist from Jordi Alba, the Barca connection, in a great game. Miami beats Toronto 4-3, advanced to the round of 16. Now, the Columbus Crew played Sporting Kansas City, and they absolutely dog walked them. Columbus is probably the scariest team in this tournament so far. I still have Club America winning it, but Columbus looks like a team on a mission, like the revenge tour. Like maybe Wilfred Nancy and the club are upset that how that Pachuca game went in CONCACAF Champions Cup, and they want to win and get a redemption story against a Liga MX opponent in the final. So I think Columbus is a scary team right now. They absolutely dog walked Sporting Kansas City 4-0. Move on to the round of 16 to play Inter Miami, which should be a good game. And I will be live streaming that match. So I look forward to doing that. Now, if Messi was playing in this game, if Diego Gomez was playing in this game, if Miami was fully healthy and had the full starting 11, I would give them a really good chance of winning this game. They don't. Columbus Crew are a team on fire right now. Like I said, they're playing in good form. They look like they're on a mission, the revenge tour. I think Columbus is going to beat Miami in the round of 16 match. And frankly, it could get ugly because Miami's defense is atrocious. And Columbus has shown that they are able to score goals galore. They beat the hell out of Sporting Kansas City. I know it was a friendly, but they beat the hell out of Aston Villa a couple weeks ago. So I think that they're just on this mission, and I think Columbus is going to beat Miami. So that's my round of 16 preview and predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to advance? Was I wrong about any of my picks? Who is the scariest team in Leagues Cup for you thus far? Let me know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. And until next time, I will see you all soon.